Hello and welcome to a high definition Battlefield 3 epic game player montage brought to you by Windshear. You guys know I've done these in the past. You're looking at hours upon hours of gameplay compiled into a short 10-minute span for your viewing pleasure. And it does take a considerable amount of time, that being several hours, to compile these videos and these montages specifically to present this to you. So I hope you enjoy what you're watching here. I encourage you to watch it to the end because there's some pretty good epic footage here, and it's just like I got so much of it sometimes it's hard to determine what to put in here and what not to, and to show you the creme de la creme of the Windshear gameplay. But this is a great game overall, Battlefield 3. I want to talk about some other things too, and news in particular, and give you some of my thoughts on what's going on with Battlefield 3. Those of you who've seen my video just recently, just joined a new clan, TFS, the Forsaken Soldiers, and I guess we're still actively recruiting because we're taking on players as they come. Pretty much looking for players with 2.0 KDs or higher, and preferably people that are over the age of 18. I think they've made an exception here and there, but what we're trying to do is prepare for that $1.6 million tournament hosted by Virgin Gaming. So the stipulations for that tournament requires that you have to be 18 years or older, so that's kind of why we're trying to recruit people only at those age groups. Although, I will hand it to you kids, there's a lot of you that are great players at ages 14, 15, and 16, just amazing. And quite mature for your age too, I'll give you that. Some news I want to talk about. I'm hearing a lot of people gripe about the patch, the lack of the patch, and I'm in that group too. I'm frustrated with DICE that the new patch has not been out or been released yet, even though there was some leaked information or apparently, quote, miscommunicated information that the patch would have been released in February of 2012, and here it is, well into March. Nothing announced, nothing really new. We're like, where is this patch? And people are raging about that. All we have is just a grouping of patch notes saying, detailing basically 7 pages long too of everything they're going to change. And now there's this rumor going around about them incorporating a patch into a new DLC release. I really hope that's not the case because, I really enjoy their DLC content. I will purchase anything they put out with that. But I've heard rumors, some really stretched stuff about the next DLC content is going to be like similar to Battlefield. Was it like 2140 or 2143? That game they had, this was several years ago. It's kind of like a future take on Battlefield 2 or something like that. I really didn't play Battlefield then, so I'm not real familiar with all that. But anyways, a futuristic version of Battlefield. And so there's rumors going around that they're going to do that with this game, which I think would be really great, because I am kind of getting tired of the modern warfare kind of era here. I wouldn't mind seeing some futuristic weapons and stuff like that. Kind of like Crysis 2. I don't know if you guys ever played that. I actually played that quite a bit when it came out. I enjoyed playing that. And I don't know why, but for some reason I got rid of that game, and I kind of regret doing it, because it's a pretty fun game to play on multiplayer. Kind of different spin on stuff where your body has shields and stuff like that, and you're switching modes. It's kind of fun. But again, different genre of the futuristic sense. It's kind of neat to change it up every now and then. So I've heard rumors that they're contemplating doing that, but I've also heard that the new patch is going to be like basically maps set in the USA. Like New York, Boston. Man, what an epic fail there. Like New York, Boston, or something like that. US-based maps, which will be the first time in Battlefield history that they do such a thing. So, I'm not sure what they're really anticipating on doing. There's supposed to be some big announcement out, but the point I'm trying to get at here is, why would you want to incorporate a patch to patch the existing game that you have now with new content being released? I don't understand that. Is that a time-saving method, or is it just a way to procrastinate and push off, you're basically this dark cloud looming over your head of having to address some of the fixes in this game? It may be a tactic that they're doing there just to, again, slow progress or buy themselves more time by saying that, well, we're going to just release it all at once again. Again, I've said this before, I don't think it's wise of them to try to bite off more than they can chew. Patch this small things. Just a quick little swipe the keyboard in the programming algorithm of the game and change the damage from the 12 gauge frag from whatever it is to this, or change the splash damage from this to that. Mav, tweaking. Let's just eliminate the vertical climb capability of the Mav and restrict its ability to become a personal elevator. I mean, just fix those two things alone, and you'll have 50% of the community stop us griping about the shortcomings in multiplayer gameplay. I mean, those two things alone would just fundamentally change the way a lot of multiplayer maps are played. Don't worry about recoil and weapon balancing and all that stuff, well, other than the 12 gauge frag. But I mean, they're addressing so much in this patch. I mean, it's literally 7 pages long. Just fix those two things and I'll be happy for the moment, and fix them now. I mean, well, fix them a month ago, for God's sakes. Why do we have to wait this long? But I don't want to make it seem like I'm mad at DICE. I don't know how their operation works. I have no idea. I'm not a computer programmer, so it's hard for me to really analyze or judge anything they do. But here's what I can say, that I'm very pleased with what they are accomplishing there. First of all, they are listening to the community. They may be taking their time about what they do to address the concerns, but they are listening to us, and they're commenting publicly about that. And the reason I think that's hugely significant is because, I don't know if you guys remember a little game that was pretty popular a few years ago, and again, my background was a former Call of Duty player turned Battlefield 3 player, was, I basically, my first-person shooter experience was really developed Call of Duty, and I owe a lot to Call of Duty. But the game I enjoyed the most out of all the Call of Duty series was Modern Warfare 2. To me, that was just a epic game. I loved that game so much. I played it, I don't know, 34, 35 days, something like that, cumulative gameplay time. So, to me, that game was groundbreaking in a lot of ways, and I loved it. And what frustrated more than anything is I went on playing that game and people went on to Black Ops, because I liked Modern Warfare 2 more than Black Ops, is that the developers just let it go to crap. People hacked it. People hacked stats, but most of all, they never changed the new tube, danger close, one-man army combination. Oh man, look at that shot. Boom. And I'm like, if they would just change those two things, I probably would still be playing that game today. But they never did. They didn't care. They got their money, and why put in the effort of changing something? So, the point I'm getting at here is that DICE is going to make changes. They're just, at least they're not taking the Call of Duty route and just saying, hell with you guys, we're going to bury our head in the sand. Like the game as it is, man up and play it. We're done. We don't care. We got your money. See you later. So, again, take it with a grain of salt. I know it's frustrating. Bear with them. They're eventually going to get it. This is still a great game. It's still the best game out there, hands down. And one good thing, like, when you're playing, like, in clan matches like the one I had posted before this video, was that when you get in a clan match, you can kind of set stipulations, especially on the PC you can, but on the console you kind of have to do a verbal agreement saying, we will not run tactical lights, we will not run the FAMAS, and we will not run the 12 gauge frags. So you set those ground rules, and everybody abides by them, just because it's almost like a professional agreement. Which is another good thing about playing with clans, is that most people are mature enough to listen to direction and rules and understand the meaning of them and why we have them. So again, be patient. Hopefully this patch news will come out here. I don't know. I think it's funny though that I was reading the news on Battlefield that they pulled that stupid little Battlefield 3 iPhone app that they made such a big deal of, saying, oh, this is just a huge announcement. Everybody was expecting something just of monstrous proportions, and they announced, oh yeah, by the way, it's a iPhone app, and everybody's like, yeah, that's great. Like, to me, I think iPhone apps and iPhone games are just for like 6-year-old kids or something. I mean, who wants to play a game with a touchpad screen? I mean, to me, those games are so meaningless and mindless. That's why I got a PlayStation Vita, because I'm a serious gamer, and I just love that thing to death. I mean, there's so much you can do with it. And the graphics are just unbelievable with it. I mean, it's like PlayStation quality at some points. I'm like, this is real impressive. Got 2 analog sticks. I'm just loving that thing. Look at this nice little clip here. Man, I was tearing it up with that LAV. Hope you guys enjoyed this montage. Feel free to post comments, questions. I enjoyed reading them. Even the, well, I won't say it. But, again, hope you guys enjoy these montages because it takes an immense amount of work. And let me know if you like what you see here. If you don't, I won't bother making them anymore because they take 2 to 3 times as long as my normal videos do. But this game is just so much fun. You can't deny it. So much you can do, so many varying ways of gameplay and game styles. And the dynamics of the weapons alone just amazes me how we can have so many different weapons and vehicles. It's good and bad some days, but you know, if you can run in those vehicles, hands off to you, or my hat's off to you, because some days it can just really frustrate me. But I'll have more footage to come. Let me know if there's anything you guys want to see specifically. I just kind of make it up as I go. And I'll probably be posting I'm thinking some more G3 gameplay. That's a weapon I like to run lately with master key combinations. Be putting some M26 mass montages up possibly. And then I'm thinking about making a video about basic tips again, or how to handle yourself in certain strategies or situations that you may come across. So look for those videos, guys, and please subscribe if you like what you're seeing here. And I'll have more to come, and appreciate your comments and your viewings.